What's up, guys? This is going to be the full card breakdown for Bellator Champion Series San Diego, Usman Nurmagomedov, and Alexander Shabliy. This is going to be a super good fight because it's going to be Usman's first test. I mean, he should win here. I'm not going to spoil nothing, but he should win here. But this is going to be his first real test fighting someone like, in his prime, I guess. Yeah, haven't really ever lost a Bellator that I can remember. We've lost maybe that one PFL this year in the past. Last year I don't have track. I didn't lose any PFL or Bellator last year. I lost one PFL this year because of Sergio Casio. I don't know why I played someone like him. I never do that. Yeah, let's just get into the breakdown. All right, so the first fight of the night is going to be Aysia Cortez versus Ashley Thiner. They're both 0-0, making their debut. Cortez is -225 favorite here. Thiner's the hometown girl, plus 165, slight dog. We could click on these girls real quick and you can just see their little amateur background or whatever. So amateur Cortez 3-0. Her last fight being a split decision win over Ashley Molina, which in this one, Miranda Galvin, majority decision. I don't think that's very impressive at all. We click on Thiner real quick. She's 4-1 in the amateurs, losing her first fight, and she's on a 4-fight win streak. Decision here. First round knockout decision, second round knockout. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything in this fight, honestly and truthfully, because I don't want to lose money. I don't want you guys to lose money. So what my breakdown says literally is, I'm going to be honest here, I don't know much about these two besides Cortez is a ground fighter and Thiner is the better striker, and I won't be touching this fight at all. So that's what I put. We'll go on to the next fight. So the second fight of the night is Josh Hokit versus Sean Rose. On my... Let's see, do they have the same odds? So the odds are a little different than when I got it out of my sports book. Josh Hokit, 1-0. He's the -750 favorite versus Sean Rose, who's 2-2, and the plus 550 underdog. Or plus 500 underdog, I'm sorry. Josh is a 2-time All-American wrestler from Fresno State. He's actually the first All-American wrestler from Fresno State, which is kind of cool. Fun fact. He is 1-0, beating his last opponent in the third round by submission. What I seen in the last fight was cardio, how much he will shoot, and that he's low volume on the feet. Sean Rose is just terrible. He is a 2-2 striker who struggles against takedowns. Josh loves his single leg takedowns, so I expect him to grab that single leg early and finish this fight in the first round. And if you just look up Josh Hokit wrestling, there'll be a bunch of clips of his single leg. He loves his single leg takedowns, and he shot that a lot in his last fight. I don't know why I just tweaked my hand like that. So Josh is 26, Sean's 29, Sean Rose 6'4", Josh Hokit 6'1". Josh Hokit, I want to say, I don't remember the weight, but he used to fight at a smaller weight class when he was, or didn't fight, he used to wrestle. He's from Fresno though, obviously. Sean Rose from San Diego. This is a pretty easy fight. I don't know why I'm rambling on about it. Josh Hokit's gonna freaking take him down, finish him pretty early. Sean Rose is not good at all. He won't be danger on the feet. It's a setup fight for Josh. The third fight of the night is Bryce Meredith versus John Macalolooy, however you say his name. Let's see. Bryce is a straight up animal of a wrestler. He's facing Macalolooy, who has not fought in 12 years. 12 years. Bryce is going to get this fight down fairly quickly and find the submission win, in my opinion. It's not really the submission part's my opinion. He's going to get him down and finish him early, whether it's ground and pound or submission. I believe it's a submission win. Look at this, 12 years. This is the last time he fought. He actually beat Alex Perez, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, look at this. It's crazy. And obviously Bryce Meredith's their guy. They're trying to push. So, I mean, look at this right here. Rear naked choke, rear naked choke. It's going to be another rear naked choke, in my opinion. Yeah, there's no real notable facts besides I hope you guys got in on. I hope you guys signed up for the Patreon. You got in early on these lines because they're starting to really get pushed. Obviously, they're big favorites, but there's still value to them. -750 for both of them is what I got them at. Probably going to close at -1500. Maybe Bryce, probably -2000, -2500. So it's like there's value to be made for double money plays. And yeah, we got that pretty early. I hope you guys did too. All right, so I just grabbed some water. Hopefully that helps my voice. My voice is so like choppy right now. The fourth fight of the night is Masayuki Kikuiri versus Herman Terrado. I'll read what I have here. Kikuiri, he's a -400 favorite, and Terrado's +300. Kikuiri is a prospect that Bellator is trying to push, as I believe they have aligned him with the perfect fight. Terrado would best win this fight by taking it to the ground, but he won't. He'll try to stand with Kikuiri, who's a really good and fun striker. He'll make this one look pretty easy. Yeah, I'm pretty confident here in Kikuiri. I'm saying it better now. He's going up against, well, he's a Japanese prospect, first off. So they want to push him. He's 1-0 in Bellator, I believe. What am I doing? I want to say he's 1-0 in Bellator. Let me see. Yeah, so he's 1-0 in Bellator, where he won by a second round knockout. Let's go back to this. What's his name? Terrado. Freaking, look at this. So we could just look at this. 10 months ago, he lost to Nurmagomedov. Before that, he didn't have a fight for 6 years. 6 years at the time. I think it was 5 years at the time. But he lost to Jake Shields. Right here, he got subbed by Nurmagomedov. Yeah, so it's a long layoff, and I think it's another one where they're just trying to push their prospect. So it's Kikuiri all day for me. All right, our next fight, and this is probably one of my favorite fights on the night. It's Newman versus Imamshafi Aliev. So Newman is +300. Aliev is -400. Jordan Newman is a D1 wrestler who's going to try and get this fight straight to the ground. Aliev is a Dagestani wrestler who will have the better striking in this fight. I don't think Newman will get this fight to the ground, as I think Bellator is pushing him way too fast. I like Aliev to get this fight done here with his takedown defense holding up and simply just outstriking Newman. Aliev is one of those more like newer Dagestani guys where he can strike and wrestle. Newman's only got the wrestling, and I don't think he's going to be able to get this fight to the ground, so give me Aliev here. All right, so this is another good fight on the card. We got Yancy Medeiros versus Jora Ayvazyan. Yeah, I'll just read from here. So Medeiros is +290. Jora is -375. Medeiros is 36 years old and 1-4 in his last 5, with all four of those last five fights being in the UFC. Medeiros fights like Nate Diaz in a way where he really picks up the pace late. He just doesn't have the durability of Nate at all. He's been finished 5 times, with 4 of those coming by way of knockout. Jora is a good wrestler with whatever striking. Yancy will definitely be the better striker here. I expect Jora to wrestle fuck Yancy for the first 2 rounds, and round 3 is where it'll get interesting, as I think Yancy turns up the pressure on Jora as he starts to slow down a little bit. Yancy round 3 could be worth a sprinkle, but it's probably going to be a Jora decision here. And yeah, I think Jora's going to win. It's not a high confident pick, but I think just everything's kind of set up for him to win. 14-1 prospect from Russia. Wrestler, you know what I mean? It's 29 years old versus 37 years old. Guy that's on 1-4 in his last 5, so yeah, give me Jora here. This is another exciting one where we got Sumiko Inaba versus Mackenzie Stiller. Inaba is -120, Stiller is +100. As you guys know, I'm not reading from the Tapology odds. I'm reading from the odds that I put in my notes for my sports book. This fight is pretty simple. There are a lot of people that are high on Inaba, but that is not me at all. She's way too overrated, barely winning fights. She should dominate. Inaba will be the better striker here, as Stiller is a black belt in BJJ, and we have never really seen much of her striking. And Stiller will obviously be the better fighter on the ground in this one. I think Inaba keeps this fight on the feet and wins the fight. Obviously, I don't think Inaba's that good. I think she's overrated. Split decision, like, with the Rose Code, like, what are we doing? Lost to Denise Killholtz, how do you say that? I'm not very good with these names. This was unanimous. I just don't think she's, like, dominates like she should. I think she's way overrated. I think most high-level cappers would probably agree with me on that. Stiller, as you can see in her nickname, Mac Judo, that's not jiu-jitsu. She has a black belt in BJJ. She beat this girl 1-2, 8-3, you know what I mean, 1-0. I don't think she's good enough to beat Inaba. I don't think she's going to get the fight to the ground. And Inaba's probably going to be the better, well, she is going to be the better striker. So give me Inaba by decision here. Douglas Lima versus Aaron Jeffery. This is going to be probably a boring fight, but it's exciting. It'll be exciting for me. I'll tell you why in a minute. So Douglas Lima is plus 115. Aaron Jeffery is negative 140. This is an exciting fight for me because I have a high confidence pick on this fight. This should be a striker versus wrestler matchup between a young guy versus a legend who is past his prime. Lima is 1-4 in his past 5, losing to all good guys and all of them by decision, which shows that Lima is durable as hell, and I can't see Jeffery finishing him. Lima will have the scary power in this matchup, which will be scary for our bet. Jeffery is also durable as hell, only losing to good guys such as Kyle Brojo, Brendan Allen, Sean Brady, and Fabian Edwards, who's decent. I don't think he's all that, but he's good for Bellator standards, you know what I mean? The only loss that didn't make sense was John Salter, who was able to wrestle him for 3 rounds. Jeffery has never been finished in his career, and I think he'll be clinching and wrestling a lot in this fight, trying to make it boring as possible to avoid the power of Lima. I love the over 2.5. There's my play. I love the over 2.5 here, and if I had to make a pick, it would be Aaron Jeffery by decision. I mean, Lima, he's a finisher, as you can see. Let's see. He is a finisher. Look at this, 26 of his 33 wins by finish. Like, look at this. So, like, when he knocked out Michael Page, right? That was kind of fluky. It was whatever. Finished Andrei Korshkov, who's good. Decision with Larkin. Like, knockout here over Korshkov. Decision with Daly. I mean, he was, like, knocked people out. His leg kicks right there. But I don't think it was the highest level of competition when he was knocking these people out. And he changed his style. He's more just a counter striker now. And Aaron Jeffery, he's going to try to clinch, get the fight to the ground, make it boring. And I don't see him finishing Douglas Lima. So that's why I love the over 2.5 here. I feel like it's almost a lock. And if you're in the Patreon, you'll see what we have on that. Yeah, so I'd go Aaron Jeffery with like medium confidence. All right, now this fight's going to be super exciting, super fun. We got Lorenz Larkin versus Levan Chokheli. Let's see. Larkin is negative 130. He's negative 140 on here. So negative 130, and Chokheli is plus 110. This is going to be a fun striking affair where I just can't pick against Larkin. I believe he's the better and more powerful striker in this matchup with the better cardio as well. Larkin will find the finish here when Chokheli slows down, in my opinion. I get Larkin is 38, but he hasn't shown any signs of slowing down, as he only has one split decision loss to Andrei Korshkov since 2017, which is not a bad loss at all. If you guys know, like PFL, Bellator, you've been watching it, Korshkov's pretty good. The reason I say PFL is because Korshkov fought a couple times in PFL this year. Maybe 3 times. I think it was just 2 times. Maybe it was 3 times, actually. But he's pretty good. Some of his notable wins are Andrei Korshkov. This is Lorenz Larkin. So he beat Andrei Korshkov in the first fight. He beat George Masvidal. He beat Neil Magny and Muhammad Burkamov. Now, I do think these guys are all, like, journeymen in the UFC, if they're, like, you know, Neil Magny's journeyman, George Masvidal's journeyman, Andre Koreshkov journeyman, but they're good. They beat good people, I guess you could say. They compete with the best. They're just not the best. Yeah, I think Larkin's going to take him out late second, early third round, as I believe his cardio is better, and I've seen Chokheli slow down his pace. I'm struggling to decide if I want to play Larkin, because I'm super confident. Not super confident, I'm like medium confident, but I'm like, I don't know, something's just telling me not to touch it. We'll see what we do though, but I'll take Lorenz Larkin with like low, medium confidence. And for the main event, Usman Nurmagomedov, messed it up. And for the main event, Usman Nurmagomedov versus Alexander Shabliy. This is going to be a really interesting fight. Dang, Usman's negative 335 on here. I think he was negative 350 when he opened on my sportsbook. Usman Nurmagomedov, negative 425 versus Alexander Shabliy, who's plus 325. Usman, the cousin of Khabib, who is supposed to be the best one yet to come out of the A cage, and he is 17-0 and currently the lightweight champion in Bellator. Usman is very, very good at distance striking with beautiful kicks and a great jab, who also has elite wrestling if he needs it. Shabliy is a very dangerous striker who can put your lights out and probably the best opponent Usman has faced yet. Shabliy's best chance to win this fight is to try and close the distance and keeping the fight in boxing range instead of kicking range. Like I said earlier, Usman will be better at distance striking. When someone closes the distance, he'll just go to his wrestling. So that's why I'm going Usman by decision, or Usman, I should say. I don't know, Shabliy's good, and I mean, he's powerful. He finishes people, right? But if you really look at it, Patricky Pitbull, I mean, he's tough. Decision, right? Finished Musayev. He finished Brent Primus. I don't think Brent Primus, I mean, he gasses, you know what I mean? Bobby King, decision. Alfie Davis, decision. I don't think he's that much of a finisher, if you really ask me. He can finish, he has his power. I just think there's a style of fight that he finishes, and this isn't it. He's not going to finish Usman. Over 4.5 is a good play. If you don't trust anything, it's going to decision. So the only way I see a finish is Usman subs him, but I don't think that's going to happen either. So yeah, I'd say give me Usman by decision here. I think I'm pretty confident in that one. So yeah, that's the whole Bellator full card breakdown. We could do a quick run of our picks again. Usman, Larkin, Jeffery, Inaba, Jora, Aliev, Kikuiri, Bryce Meredith, Josh Hokit. I don't have a pick there. But yeah, those are our picks. You guys have any questions, anything like that, any recommendations on videos you guys want to see, just let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back with our next video, which is going to be our most confident picks for UFC Vegas 97, and then the Bellator event will be our 5 most confident picks. Then on Friday, we should have our most confident bets out. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.